in the raw. RK is Guyana Free Media. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at these newspapers with a great pain and sadness in my heart. The crime is overrunning our country. We are turning fast and faster like Trinidad. When I was talking about the stop and search for criminal elements and profiling on motorcycles, I was critiqued by so-called guys who think they know a lot about security, some newcomers who know very little or nothing about security but got a lot of mouth and who ended up getting a lot of guns wrongfully, if you were to ask me. But looking at the papers today, it brought eye water that a hard-working man with a little business of his own now would end up financially in trouble. Possibly he didn't have any insurances to protect himself. Started a little business doing a delivery service. And here he was, shot in his face by a lazy, vicious, dirty, stink criminal element. And when I speak like this, there's some bleeding heart liberals who say I should not call the human being stink and dirty, not even criminal, because a man is guilty only when he's pronounced as guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us Guyanese to worry about the criminal element in this country. And something could be done. Serious stops, checks, searches day and night. Police moving in teams, setting traps as well to capture the criminals. And a wonderful young man was shot in his face, ladies and gentlemen, through his jaw. He will be damaged forever. His face will be damaged forever. And the stink, nasty criminal, who is the one who should have been shot and killed, stole the man's motorcycle, a form of his livelihood, and shot an innocent man through his jaw, destroying him, for which he will not be able to eat for months and maybe years, and be with his family and his wife and his children, and be permanently scarred. Sad, I haven't heard any leaders of government come out on this and offer some kind of a support for this youth. It's a very painful thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read from the Kaicho News of April 23rd. The owner of Quick Eats delivery service was shot in the jaw on Tuesday last after attempting to defend himself from an armed bandit shortly after arriving at his brother's home. A hard-working guy, an owner, trying to imitate Uber Eats and to deliver meals for restaurants and places and even packages for people, shot in the jaw. Friends and family, shot in the jaw. Obviously, destroying his tongue, his teeth, and he's in critical condition in the hospital. When I said we need stop and search, some so-called brilliant one who is associated with some kind of a thing called a security company. I'm not talking about the legitimate security companies, ladies and gentlemen. We have some very legitimate and decent and elegant security services. Among them, JB, PGS, RKs. I see a few foreign ones come in. And Guyanese are giving them all the business, even though you have elegant, powerful security services in Guyana. They're giving it to these foreign elements, but I really don't know much about them. Friends and families, it's a horrific thing what has gone through to this man. Imagine his mother, imagine his wife if he has one, or girlfriend, or children, and his relatives. My heart bleeds. Yeah, my heart bleeds, my eyes tear. Narvik Mahabal. I don't think only Indo-Guyanese are being robbed and targeted, ladies and gentlemen. I had 2 ranks working in this company whose motorcycle was stolen from them. Afro-Guyanese. So I don't think Indo-Guyanese are being targeted. Afro-Guyanese policemen and women robbed of their motorcycles on the road. Afro-Guyanese. So don't think I'm trying to say there's been any kind of a targeting of Indo-Guyanese. No. A criminal has no ethnic loyalties. And we have Indo-Guyanese also who have been criminals. And many Indo-Guyanese who are defensive, buying these things off the criminals. Like we saw Indo-Guyanese in the west coast of Demerara, near Vredenhoop, involved with buying cars that were being stolen and items that were being stolen, friends and families. So crime is not a race thing. Don't think so, please. Narvik Mahabal was the victim of a recent robbery that occurred at 12:45 hours at his brother's John Smith Street, Campbellville residence. According to Narvin's brother, Ravin Mahabal was visiting him and his family as he usually does from time to time. His brother relayed that as Narvin arrived at their home and was about to dismount his motorcycle to open the gate, two unknown individuals rode up behind him. Ravin said the pillion rider approached Narvin, placed a handgun to his head and demanded that he hand over his bike. Narvin attempted to fight off the armed bandit, but this resulted in the bandit discharging a single round which impacted the victim's jaw. They couldn't have fired a round in the ear. If they had to hurt the man, they couldn't have fired it in his shoulder, in his leg, but just the bullet fired in the ear alone. So these guys are seeing too many movies and they've become cruel, and they forgot that one day they will be caught and they will be dealt with. And then they will holler, "Why me, Lord?" And then you will hear the parents hollering, "Is a church boy. Is a church boy." The bandit then relieved Narvin of his black XR 150 motorcycle. After acquiring the bike, the culprit met up with his accomplice and the two made good their escape into unknown direction. Kaiser News understand that Narvik was immediately picked up and taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital up to press time. The young man was still awaiting surgery. Even in that condition, they wouldn't take him in right away. The investigation into the matter continued. Ladies and gentlemen, government of Guyana is in a bad state of criminality. I'm afraid if the legal authorities do not take a handle on these things, a set of people like what happened years ago might come together and start targeting these guys. We don't want in this country any kind of a judicial executions or attacks or matters. We need professional judicial law enforcement presence, investigation, and prosecutions. But people's nature, when they feel bombarded by criminal elements, they start to band themselves over, as we've seen in history, and a great movie came out from a fact of truth, The Magnificent Seven. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to your officers, your officials in Parliament, your people with contact with the ministers, ask them to lobby the government to try to set up a force to go after these guys. Stop and search. Stop and search. Stop and search. Stop and search people with motorbikes. Nothing wrong. And you can know right away when you stop them from their behavior and conduct a quick body search. Some of them have weapons on them, illegal weapons. Friends and families, government of Guyana, your brother, a lover of this country, a lover of law and order, asking you all to do what is right for the benefit and the glory of Guyana. Your friend, your brother, me, Hajji, Dr. Roshan Khan, in the raw. RKS Guyana Free Media saying thank you for tuning in and farewell.